Hey everyone, I'm Corey. This is my daughter Lorelai, and today we're gonna show you how to sous vide squid. We're also gonna solve a mystery. How long do we want to sous vide this squid? What do you think, Lorelai? Does this look good?
It's yucky.
It does look yucky. This is probably very difficult to look at, so we're gonna fix all of that and figure out what the best time is. We already know the temp, and we'll get to it. We'll see you in a bit. All right, so it's possible that you've Google searched how to sous vide squid. If you have, you've probably seen that there's some debate between an hour and 2 hours. I believe on Anova there's a recipe calling for 2 hours, and a lot of people are saying that turned it mushy. Some people are saying that 1 hour didn't get them what they wanted. So what we've done is divided it up into 3 ways. We're gonna do 3 different bags. I've marked all of the bags. We're gonna do an hour and a half, and we're gonna do 2 hours. And then we're gonna sear this stuff up, maybe even throw in a little torch if we don't get enough sear. And we're gonna figure out how they taste. This is our first time for squid. We've done a few octopus, but never squid. So we're gonna try to figure out what it does. Our temperature is gonna be 136.5 Fahrenheit. What I'm going to do, bag all 3 separately with some avocado oil, pepper, and salt, real light on all of that. And then I'll start with my 2 hour one. And then at 30 minutes, I'll put in the 1.5 hour. And then at the hour mark, I'll put in the 1 hour version. As it stands, those 2 will sit in the refrigerator until we're ready to go. This shouldn't be complicated. It's just a matter of figuring out the texture that we like and what people we would cook it for would like. We just want to solve the mystery. So we're gonna get started on all of this. All right, we got it sealed. It sealed up pretty easy. Some of you might have caught that I had the food saver on the dry option, and I should have had it on the moist option, but it sealed up really, really easy. Also, you're probably noticing the weirdness here with Elsa. Lorelai decided that Elsa's gonna oversee this cook right now to make sure that nothing happens to our precious squid, which she thinks is very, very yucky. So let's see if we can get it un-yucky. Again, we're gonna start with our 2 hour bag, and then in increments I'm gonna put it in. So we're gonna make sure this sinks, very important. And you can see we're getting a little float here, but let's see what happens. Now we're getting some sink. Okay, very important that this sinks. The last thing we want is squid that doesn't cook correctly. If any part of the actual squid is up, that would be bad. And how I would remedy that is to put maybe like a metal spatula on top of it, something of the sort. Right now we're good. I'll watch it though. Hey Siri, set a timer for 30 minutes. And in 30 minutes, we're gonna put in another one.
Set for 30 minutes.
Perfect. And then in 30 minutes after that, we're not gonna make you go through all of that. We'll do all of that. And also we're gonna try to have this done before the Cleveland Browns roll into Kansas City and play. Lorelai is a part-time Kansas City Chiefs fan and Steelers fan. So she's splitting right now. The Steelers are out. The Browns absolutely destroyed them the other night. So we're hoping the Chiefs kind of settle that today, and that at least one of us will probably have some squid, depending. I don't know, this may not even be good, but we're gonna figure it out. All right, so we're gonna see you at the point of sear after we've got all this out, and we'll see what we've got, and maybe you'll be able to decide how long you would like to cook it for. Again, 136.5, and we're good. We'll see ya. All right, we're back. We're gonna pull these. It's been the full 2 hours. As we said, we have the 1 hour, the 1.5, and the 2. So we're gonna do this in that order. We're gonna go 1, 1.5, and 2. So what I'm gonna do is take them out, cut them open, and pat them down, and then put them in those bowls and sear them and put them back in their same bowl so we don't get confused or anything like that. All right, but let's kind of see what we're dealing with. Before when we were off camera, our assistant chef Lorelai noted that she didn't appreciate the smell of the raw versions of this.
And Daddy.
Yeah?
Oh, you made the little mess right there.
I did. I sure did.
Yeah.
All right, so let's see what we've got here. So we just want to take a look. Okay, so this is our 1 hour. We agreed that's 1 hour, right? So we're gonna set that there for right now. And we had 2 hour, and then we got 3 hour. I'm sorry, 1.5 hour. Okay, so I'm gonna use this bowl because we're definitely gonna get liquid. I can already tell you, this is our 2 hour. You can see there's a ton of liquid, and generally speaking, less liquid. Guess what? Less liquid. So this happens with almost any meat that you cook. Chicken breast, it doesn't really matter. That's sort of that, the longer that it goes, or the higher temperature that it goes, the more fluid that you get. But in this case, it's the longer that it went, it appears that we got a bit more off of it. That's hard to tell. We're gonna have to look. I don't know. We'll start with our 2 hour. See what we've got. Smell is there. No. So we're going to push this right here. So right away, we know that it shrunk. It looks really good, but we can already tell that it's shrunk. I can't really tell anything from just doing that. So what I'm gonna do is just get these out and just see if there's any sort of noticeable differences. We're at the 1.5. I'm seeing about similar liquid here. I'm seeing similar. Nothing that I can see that's any different except for this appears to have shrunk a little more. Let's see. Right now, obviously, we're not dealing with taste and texture and all that kind of stuff. I can't tell. It all feels the same, as you would probably expect. Slide this out over here, and yeah, I think we got a little more size. I think it probably shrank a little bit, but I don't have any proof of that other than just what it seems like. Nothing feels any different at all. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna sear it. We're gonna put each in its own bowl, give it a home, sear it. I'm gonna clean up again, and then we're gonna taste it, see what we got, and see how it turns out. Well, actually, I need to pat dry these, so I'm gonna pat dry these first, and then we're gonna go to the sear. Okay, we are back. We got 3 good sears on this whole deal. One thing I'd like to point out is that I didn't actually chill these following pulling it out of the sous vide. I think that would be a pretty decent idea to do, even for just a few minutes to get it temperature down a little bit. I don't think it's gonna make a huge bit of difference, but if you wanna get the absolute best results, I would do that. For now, we just wanna figure out our texture. Lorelai got Elsa, right? Elsa dressed for the occasion to see what we've got. Again, we've got 1 hour, 1.5 hours, and 2 hours. This is the one that we want to try first because if you Google search this, you'll see an ANOVA recipe that someone has submitted that they call for 2 hours, and there's a few comments, not too many, that are not very fond of this. So why don't we start here? They say it's very mushy. I can feel a little bit of that, I would say. But, ooh. I can tell you cutting it, that felt pretty mushy. Not sure if I can get you. Are you in focus there? I think you got it in focus, right? Yeah, let's see what we got going on here. It's not bad. The taste is there, the flavor's there, all of that is there. I don't find it to be overly mushy or anything like that. It is a little softer. I think what's gonna be best though is we compare. So now we're at 1.5 hours. That slice almost exactly the same. Firmer, definitely a little bit firmer. Right now I'm preferring that. So let's move over to our hour and see what we've got. I'm gonna pull a couple of these because we've got, that's tougher. I can tell you that right now. Let's cut off the back side of this as well. If you bite into it, you're good until you get to like almost the centerpiece of it. And it's tougher. I'm not even sure I can chew that, to be quite honest with you. So, let's go back to our 1.5 portion here, right? All things being equal. That's just a tougher piece of the squid. So, I'm not seeing the huge difference, but everyone's saying this one's super mushy. I'm still chewing that into that tentacle. So I'm not seeing this as being super mushy as people are saying. I think it's quite good, but I would say that this is where you want to be. This 1.5 hours, at least for me as a preference, but I'm not seeing enormous differences between all of them. Which was expected. That was the expected result. It isn't what we got. Lorelai, I'm assuming you're not gonna wanna try any of this. What do you think that Elsa's gonna wanna try any? Yeah, well, I think it's gonna mess up her dress, so wouldn't do it. Obviously, we didn't do a lot of things here, slicing this up into putting it in salads and all the other fun stuff that you could do with it. We just wanted to see texture and taste. The taste is pretty consistent across the board. Like I said, I like this texture the best, but I don't think you're gonna go completely wrong. I might avoid that 1 hour though. It felt more like 1.5 to 2 hours was a better result, a little bit easier to chew. I felt like I got a little more taste and a little more flavor into those as well. So that's our story and we're gonna stick to it. Let us know in the comments if you have tried to sous vide some squid and what your results were. And also, please subscribe to us. We actually do a lot. We use our sous vide for a lot of seafood. I know it's got a reputation for steak, but we love to do seafood in it. So we'll have a lot more of that coming out. Thanks a lot.